Are you ready? No! I said, are you ready?
What's going on?
This Total Geezers show.
Total Geezers Wrestling Radio Show.
Total Geezers Wrestling Radio show.
Back for another week. To
Back.
kick ass,
Yes,
take
is.
names, and chew bubblegum.
Yeah.
We've not been kicked off yet.
It's where we shoot the S word, we shoot the excrement.
Who
So-
said that slogan? That's Roddy Piper, isn't
Is
it?
it?
Kings kick ass and chew bubblegum.
Oh, no. Yeah. So on the show today, we review Hell in a Cell, Raw. Is WWE racist? Alberto Rio. What's going on with him? And what else is on it? Talk about Jericho.
But obviously on this day segment.
On this day's segment.
Got a packed show coming up, folks.
What were people getting paid around this time last year in the company? And why? And yeah, just generally wrestling stuff.
General wrestling shit.
Would you have intercourse with Dolph Ziggler?
Shoot the shit, man. Let's do a Stone Cold.
Shoot the
Shoot the shit.
Excellent.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. Here we go. Wrong toggles. Anyway, so this is the old show.
Total Geezers Wrestling
Total
Radio
Geezers
Show.
Wrestling
Paddy
Show.
Stanton, Lewis Sanchez, Aaron Pierce.
Aaron Pierce. So
So this Sunday, last Sunday then.
last Sunday, not this time last Sunday.
Yeah,
it was a
well,
bit
this
late.
time last Sunday we
We
were
were previewing.
previewing what we were about to review.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hell in a
so
Cell.
We did a brilliant job of that, didn't we?
Unfortunately, because of
time can
because
time
British
difficulties.
summertime and
Yeah.
daylight saving time in America are two different things.
F
It
you,
meant
daylight
it
saving
meant
time.
that we played WWE 13 for a bit too long, and we turned on at 1 a.m. and the first Hell in a Cell match was on.
And we were like, what? Why is Randy Orton versus John Cena opening the show in a Hell in a Cell match?
Yeah.
Which I mean,
I got an erection when I thought that was the case, but
I know I wouldn't have minded, but it would
That'd
have
have
been,
been the
it just
funniest
would have
thing.
been, yeah, would have been hilarious. Imagine
Yeah.
them curtain jerking.
I
That'd be
know.
fun for
I mean,
it,
if
but
Triple H opens.
I ended up watching the first hour as well, so I can
Yeah.
I can review I can review the whole card.
Right. Yeah. It was what was the first match?
The opener was what we actually predicted. It was the 2 out of 3 falls match for the Intercontinental Championship
Wins.
between Dolph Ziggler and Cesaro, and this was a weird one. It was a good opener though. I rated it like 3.25 stars. It was back and forth, plenty of bumps from Dolph as you'd expect. I know Cesaro did a killer European uppercut, and I actually thought he would have won the first fall with that, and Ziggler ended up kicking out.
And he ended up losing both falls.
Yeah,
in
which is
succession.
This is a first. They had a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Mm.
I didn't really see the point in this, but in a 2 out of 3 falls match, for some reason, Dolph Ziggler retained 2-0.
Yeah.
Now, that's probably the first time they've ever done that, would you say, in a 2 out of 3 falls match?
It's very strange.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that. I'm sure it's not the first time. I can't recall. the
Our
time.
predictions were wrong also. I thought Cesaro was a given. It was clear. It was a clear giveaway. He was going to win the Intercontinental Championship. But as we'd see on the Raw next night, which we'll get into, I think it's because they want Ziggler looking strong for the match Survivor Series, the traditional tag team match. He'll be on Team Cena by the looks of it.
Well, where's Cesaro from? Like, is he from?
He's from Switzerland.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying anything, but Vince,
He's racist to Europeans as well now.
I'm not saying. I didn't say that, but I mean,
That's what you're inferring, Lewis.
I'm inferring that.
What I'm getting out of this,
I don't know.
though,
I don't know why they've not pushed him further.
yeah,
'cause
what I'm
he's
getting out of
clearly a
this
main
is
eventer.
why is who's more talented, seriously, Cesaro or Dolph Ziggler? Now Ziggler's a great ring wrestler, but who is the more total package out of them two? It's got to be
Well,
Cesaro.
I don't see why it has to be either or. Why can't we get Sheamus, send him off, and just have Cesaro's US champion?
The thing that I struggle to understand with is why they made it the Undisputed Championship only to have Lesnar win it and not be there. The whole Lesnar thing would be working so much more if they had, and if Lesnar was WWE champion and you had someone else as the heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, the next few pay-per-view until the Royal Rumble, we're not going to see a title match.
Survivor Series, I don't mind. I mean, you can book around that. You don't really need.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a title
No.
match.
Yeah.
But TLC, you do.
What's the TLC going to be for? It's
Exactly, like what are
Yeah.
they going to be fighting for? Is it going to be Seth
Number
Rollins
2
and his-
contendership.
and his money in the bank? I think they might do some sort of fatal four-way or something for the money in the bank briefcase. Like, what else can they do?
I want to see a number 2 contendership. who's going to face the number 1 contender if he who's going to face the winner of that match? Want to do that? They've done that before.
Yeah, but that will be the winner of the Royal Rumble, surely.
Number 3 contendership match.
Sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Ziggler went over 2 straight falls. Good match, good opener. Warmed the crowd up well. And then after that, I think we had one of the Divas matches, didn't we? It was the Nikki Bella.
Was it the tag match next?
No, it was the Divas match.
Yeah.
It was the Total Divas, not Total Geezers, because that match was anything but geese.
Hold on, that was Brie Bella and
Nikki Bella.
That was alright, that.
It was better than I thought, yeah. But I honestly weren't really paying attention.
No, nor was I. But
Aaron, you didn't miss much, mate.
No,
I'll say that.
we did miss the tag match though. We didn't really. Did we watch that again?
I did.
So I fell asleep when that was on.
Yeah, I
No dish to the teams. I just was tired.
And you've seen it plenty. So yeah, Nikki Bella wins, obviously, like I predicted. Yeah, so Brie Bella is Nikki's slave, hopefully sex slave, for the next month.
Incest.
That's just a bit strange.
Of course.
Yeah.
I want to see that. Anyway, the next match was the tag title match between Gold and Stardust and the Usos, and I think I predicted the Usos to come out here, and Gold and Stardust ended up retaining.
Yeah.
It's been the last 2 retentions have been quite surprising, really.
Yeah,
I didn't think they would retain the last pay-per-view either.
Yeah, me either. Obviously, more longevity teams, the Usos, but like you said, hopefully they prolong this to TLC and they do something with that. At least a ladder match of some sort.
That'd be nice.
What was after that?
John and Randy, wasn't it?
John and Randy was the next one. This is when we just tune in to see it live because of this daylight saving time business.
I like this match.
It was a good match.
Yeah, everyone. We were all very. Oh no, John Cena. It was the best match they've had, I think.
I think their best match since like maybe SummerSlam 2007. I'd rate this their second best match ever.
Yeah. I just thought it was a well-rounded match with plenty of to and fro in.
Utilised the cage to sell well for once.
Orton probably should have won but I don't mind seeing Cena Lesnar again, but I would have preferred to see Orton Lesnar. Have we seen that? I don't think we've seen that yet, have we?
No,
I would have thought that would have been a really good match.
Good way to turn Orton face as well, which is look like they might be doing, mightn't they?
My best moment of that match is when Michael Cole literally said RKO out of nowhere, and then he repeated it when recapping it. 2 amazing spots in this match.
Obviously they're playing off the vines, the RKO out of nowhere vines, and they played it well into this match. The first one was it John Cena went for something off the top rope. And
grabbed his head.
Yeah, he grabbed his head and was just reversed into a sick RKO. That could have been the finish to that match.
Yeah.
And that would have been so good.
Exactly. Yeah. And he Cena kicked out of that. And then another RKO out of nowhere.
This is one of the best spots
later on
in
the match. Is the way they basically John Cena got him up for the AA. And Randy Orton reversed it into an RKO, which was great and all, but the camera angle they panned it to was amazing because you didn't know what had happened until they showed the replay.
And the commentators didn't mention it until the replay.
Yeah, like the commentators were like, "What's just happened?"
Yeah.
I thought the delivery of that was great.
That was one of the best things I've seen. Just put that on the
best counters anyway. Like if you put a top 10 best counters on YouTube, man, that should be in like the top 3.
That was immense. I didn't know how they did that. That was just.
It took skill, didn't it?
I did.
They brought a lot of weapons into the match as well. Utilised some chair shots well.
2 tables were broken.
Yeah, a lot of table spots on the show in the 2-cell matches.
It's never a bad thing. Tables are PG.
Yeah.
You use them more. You know. During the Attitude Era, a table get broken every show, so like you can't really have too much tables.
Yeah. As long as they recycle them.
And it always gets the crowd excited, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that match was good. Cena unfortunately goes over with what was it?
The thing I don't get about Cena going over is I think it's pretty well known that Brock's going to be in the main event of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Which means that Cena's going to lose to him again.
What is the point?
Which it would have been like if Orton had lost to him again and Cena had been doing his own, shit. Like it would have made more sense. But like.
We'll see though.
I just think they're wasting it. Like if Cena was going, if they're having Cena win, I'd get the angle.
Yeah.
Because they're not, they need to stop putting them in these huge matches where it's just no one wants to see it. Even I think his own fans would rather see him in a match against someone fresh.
Yeah, of course.
I'd rather him beat someone fresh and have a good match with them than just
Cena versus Brock. This is the 4th time since Brock was turned that they faced off.
And
Who
out
else
of what 9 matches that Brock's had done?
He's had Taker, he's had Punk,
Big
and
Show.
Big Show. Yeah, they're the only other 3.
Triple H.
And Triple H. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's not many like young. You know, only really one like new star there. Like you know, one fresh matcher when you think about it.
That
He
was
never
Punk
faced
recently,
Triple H,
yeah.
but their matches weren't that good anyway.
Yeah.
I didn't think. But yeah, Cena goes over with it. It was an AA off the turnbuckle man off the top rope.
Was it onto the steps or something?
No. It was.
No, he did do one onto the steps though.
Did do one, yeah. But it was an A off the turnbuckle, the second turnbuckle. So a good match. Their second best match ever. Great title match.
Very good.
And then we had next was the other Divas match, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
AJ Page.
Now this was surprisingly disappointing because I
just
mean
didn't
I
give a
thought
shit.
it was going to be like okay, but it just wasn't. It was boring.
I know. I don't think these have much chemistry, man. Like on paper,
They've wrestled loads. Like
I know
they had the Cena and Orton of the women's division. But,
already.
yeah. But, yeah.
Who won it? Did AJ retain?
She did.
I don't think we care about this match.
Did anyone?
Did anyone? I don't think they did.
I mean, I like the booking of it, but it wasn't great.
I don't know if it's just me or is AJ overrated in the ring.
Yes, I don't like AJ.
Yeah, I
I don't think she's a good wrestler. I don't think she's decent.
in terms
I
of
think
like
she's boring.
a character and you know
yeah.
charisma and all that and her
Yeah.
looks, she's got that down.
Definitely.
But she's no Trish Stratus.
No.
But we watched
Definitely
the Satisfaction documentary as well. We can do one.
Oh yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah. And but the next match.
It was Mark Big
Rusev.
Show versus Rusev.
Right, I loved the booking of this match.
Yeah, it really were. Rusev what we expected to happen was it'd come down. I think all 3 of us thought Rusev be winning. Mark Henry come down. He'd attack Rusev and then attack Big Show, or just attack Big Show. But instead, he came down for moral support to the Big Show, and then Rusev just squashed them both. He just squashed them both, which is it's great booking because it like. If you're going to do another Mark Henry Big Show feud, at least do it in the right way where you know, so Rusev has got over through it, and Mark Henry Big Show now is a bit more interesting to me as a feud because of that, because it wasn't typically done. I think Mark Henry's heel turns like in the past few years have been brilliant. That one he did with where John Cena came down, I was 100% believing he was leaving until and then when he slammed.
He's
Cena,
he's a good actor, isn't he?
I like Mark Henry.
And the most important thing about this match, the match was nothing really. It was a few spots here and there, big man spots.
What surprised me in that match? There was Matt wrestling in a Big Show match.
Yeah,
They were doing submission moves.
That was weird. We were just like, why are they doing like leg locks and shit in this match?
In a Big Show match, there's leg locks.
It's very weird.
I liked that.
But I guess they tried to tell a story and build up to like the high impact spots at the end. But yeah, it was a whatever match.
I like that.
But what we can get out of this is Rusev was standing out on top. Like they didn't just make it about the Mark Henry Big Show feud, like you said. At the end of the last visual was Rusev like celebrating with Lana. So at the top of the ramp. So puts Rusev on in a big way, and hopefully he's going to go on to win the US title Survivor Series, which is what it's looking like. Yeah. And they are booking him perfectly. And I like Rusev as well, man. Yeah. I think he's the best big man they've had since Umaga. He's probably better than Umaga. And I think he is getting over. Even with the anti-USA like gimmick, even though that's an outdated gimmick and all, he's still getting over.
Yeah,
which is a testament.
And then we had the main event.
Well, we missed out Sheamus and Miz.
I wonder why. I remember we started here last week. And
actually, we can't really say that because Damien said it was. It wasn't it was not the Miz versus Sheamus. It was the Damien Mizdow show.
Yeah, it was Mizdow doing a one-man show. So
he was basically mimicking everything that the Miz was doing when Sheamus was taking him out.
And it was hilarious.
And like when Sheamus won the title, he ran in and lay in the ring in the same position as the Miz. Basically, he was like the crowd loved it, and the worst thing is, like Sandow must be dying inside doing that, thinking like,
when Sheamus was moving the Miz around and making him do the YMCA, and then Sandow.
Yeah, so Sheamus wins clean.
That was funny,
obviously.
PG wrestling, man.
That was brilliant.
Like, cause sometimes they go too corny with the comedy, but
that was just enough.
Actually funny.
It probably got Sheamus a little bit over as well.
Yeah, in the process it did. Yeah, so he was making him dance at the end. He got Miz up off the floor. He was making him dance. Sandow was following.
Basically, what we got out of this was another pointless title retention and more proof that Sandow should not have been fucking squashed.
And more proof that Sheamus is stale.
Yeah.
It needs to be a heel,
Give the title to Rusev.
which is
Yes.
gonna happen, and I hope he squashes the motherfucker.
I hope we need more title changes. We need a title like the TV title, which is wrestled every
hands a
week.
lot, yeah.
Not every, maybe not even every week. Just needs to be more title changes on Raw.
That's important, and
Like
changed hands.
I understand, not WWE title maybe, but the Intercontinental, like these titles have barely changing hands
I
at
know.
pay-per-views.
Yeah, why did he hold them up for 5 months straight? For no need.
Yeah.
There's a reason no one cares about them. It's because that they hold it for that long that people just forget who's the title holder.
Well, remember when Dean Ambrose held the US title and didn't defend it?
Didn't defend it. Yeah, and the commentators
Yeah.
actually made mention of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you said, a title that changes hands a lot, like something
The Hardcore Championship,
and
the WCW TV title,
even the European
the
Championship,
Cruiserweight
man.
Championship,
The European Championship,
Yeah.
that was
the Intercontinental the Intercontinental title 8 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. The mid-card division was sick, but yeah, the main event, isn't it?
Maybe
So,
put them. Maybe the next title should be on the NXT title. The NXT title match should be on Raw or something. That'd be a really good idea, wouldn't it?
Well, that was
Everyone would love it. It should main event Raw or something as well.
That was that's the rumour as well. No, I've just seen something. Right, the pre-show. There was a pre-show match. Mark Henry defeated Bo Dallas in 36 seconds.
He got squashed by Ryback on Monday, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, mate, what the hell? I didn't even know.
He's getting squashed to hell for some reason, Bo Dallas.
Well, I like Bo Dallas, but
I don't like Bo Dallas.
I like his. I like him in NXT, but his gimmick's so bad.
I really like the gimmick. I like the advert.
I think that's you and you only, mate.
Yeah.
I like the
Don't you
advert
think
of the
it's a
pregnancy
job?
test. That promo
Do you
was
not
sick.
think it's a job of gimmick? That's the reason why he's
Yeah.
getting squashed.
Yeah.
People have to be jobbers, and I don't mind it
It's
being
one of
Bo
the better
Dallas,
ones, though.
because I think he's extremely overrated.
He's better
Like
than Slater
backstage.
Gator. He's better than all the other stupid stuff they have there.
Oh right, yeah,
Apart
for
from
sure.
Fandango.
It's better than the
Fandango,
shit like Santino and that.
Rosebuds.
But anyway, let's move on to the main event, man.
Well, but when I was talking about NXT, why don't they put those on pay-per-view? NXT title matches.
Yeah, no, that was the
It's a good
rumor
point.
that they were going to do pre-show
It's a
matches
good
with
point,
the
man.
NXT title on the line.
Yeah.
That's been a rumor for a while now, which that would be
Take that second. Yeah, we always have 2 Divas matches now on pay-per-views. Take
Yeah.
one of those off. And
Yeah.
replace it with that.
Hopefully they'll do that, one of the upcoming.
That's just for
pay-per-views.
2 piss breaks for men.
Yeah.
Because they're down in them
not,
beers.
not just piss breaks.
Aye. Pants down.
So,
Take your pennies
So
off.
we went 10 minutes without taking it there.
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages, we're here for the main event.
Yes.
Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins.
Here we
One-man
go.
show. I mean, this
Very good. Just to give it a brief overview, it started off, Ambrose came out and did a Mankind. He looked unhinged.
That's what
He
was
climbed on
reminiscent
top
of.
of the cell and started going mental, and the crowd were loving
Or
it.
having a kendo
And then-
stick in his back. Like,
Yeah, he's got his
hold
kendo
it.
stick. Seth Rollins comes down with
Thought
two,
it was a samurai sword at one time.
comes down with his crew of jobbers.
Noble Mercury.
I love that.
And
gimmick,
it works.
The Stooges.
And he's going mental at Dean Ambrose at the top of the cell, telling him to get down,
Yeah.
and then he
makes them go.
makes them go up, and Dean Ambrose starts laying into him, and then Seth Rollins, and there's a couple of nice little spots. Obviously, there's only so much they can do on top of the cell these days, because
Self
you
throw
can't go
off.
off the top because it's an extra 6
Or
foot
go
higher.
through the middle.
So what they did is they were both climbing down, and they both went through the table.
While
So,
I was on the
no,
top,
basically
Dean
what-
Ambrose, he did a suplex to Jamie Noble or something. He must have shit himself.
I know, man.
When that was
Yeah,
delivered.
that's what we noticed as well. The cell was much bigger there.
Yeah.
And it had Hell in a Cell written on the side in
That was
metal.
cool. That was cool. So you had the reminiscence of Mankind, Undertaker going up the top of the cell, and then the spot was reminiscent. The spot where they both went through the announce
It was
tables
Shawn Michaels.
was Shawn Michaels Undertaker, the first Hell in a Cell match. So I like the way they played off, the past history.
The only thing I
Better.
disliked about this was how long that they played on the fact that they were injured for.
Oh yeah.
That spot,
They both
like
got taken
that's
out
got-
and
that-
stretched
that
out.
spot, they both could have got up in a few minutes, and you would have believed it.
Yeah.
It's only an announce
But
table.
it got Dean even more of a pop when he got out of his
Yeah,
stretcher.
so
that was
They
another
started,
Mankind
they
as
started
well.
stretching the pair of them off, and then he
Both-
gets off.
Both of them went through the announce tables,
And then-
not just one of them.
Yeah.
Eventually, they
Two
end up
tables,
back
right?
in the cell, and they have a very, very, very good match, which
Yeah.
was a little short, maybe.
Very hardcore.
But
It's
I can get it. It can get away with being short with how good
it's
the
like you
start
said,
was.
the finish.
Let's talk about some of the spots
If
first.
they had 10 minutes longer, that match could have been amazing.
Yeah,
but
I
they didn't.
I still thought it was one of the best main events this year.
Yeah, in terms of utilising the cell, they did better than anyone's done in years.
Yeah.
Some of
Since
the
Edge
spots-
Taker.
Some of the spots they did in this were like, what was it, the power bomb through the table when it was like resting up against the cell wall.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
sick.
that was sick.
What else they do in this? But that thing was about having a new weapon, a random weapon. Like Dean Ambrose had this bag, and I can't remember what he took out of
He
it.
took out
Water bottles or something like that.
something and never used it.
Yeah.
It was spray paint.
Yeah, I was hoping he'd use it. Maybe they didn't have enough time, like or something. But
He kept looking for something and never found it as well.
yeah, he was
Like
looking
he
under
looked under the ring about 8 times, looking for something that he might have asked for, and obviously he'd forgot to put there.
There was a mental amount of chair shots. Like
mate.
Dean
Yeah,
Ambrose
it worked though. That was how
Yeah.
you do PG chair shots. Finally, you know, this is you
To
know,
the back,
an example
off the wall.
to the back. This is how you do hardcore
PG
wrestling
can- yeah.
that adults are like in a PG fashion, so
PG
kids can
be
enjoy
done,
it.
can't he?
Because kids, if they hit each other on the back with a chair, yeah, it'll hurt them a bit, but it's nowhere near as seeing them do it and reenact head chair shots, you know, where serious concussions can take place.
If they do it that brutal, I don't mind chair shots to the head not being there. You know, if
Yeah,
you do chair
same.
shots that brutal.
And one of the things I can't fathom as well is why they don't still have them with the hands up. You know?
Oh yeah, you mean
Yeah, why,
protected hair shot,
Yeah.
chair shots to the head? Yeah,
Makes no sense to me.
What
I
I
agree.
can't understand is why that they're this like fussy about chair shots and stuff. But I mean, obviously they're why. But why do they do like a hammer to someone's face? If a kid watches that, if anyone hammers somebody in the face, they're gonna kill them. So if a kid watches that and goes, "Oh, I'll try this," he's gonna kill someone. Like, why would you do that?
Was that a spot in the match?
No, just why do they do that in general? Just hit people with hammers like in the head.
That's a good point.
If someone replicates that, there's going to be a fatality. Like,
I
why?
suppose.
That just
Also,
seems ridiculous to me.
Even the video package before this, before the match was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
He edited that so well.
And the finish was one that I half called and Paddy fully called last week.
Yeah.
I said Bray Wyatt would come in and feud with one of them. Paddy said specifically Dean Ambrose, and that's what happened. The lights went out.
Yeah.
We knew it was coming, and this was cool, man. The
the way he
hologram.
did it with a hologram.
There was a hologram that appeared in the middle of the ring, and Dean Ambrose looked at it, and because he was just about to curb stomp Seth Rollins for getting
win the
him
match.
back on the cinder blocks, and Bret and the Wyatt, you know, the lights come on. Bray Wyatt's there doing the spider. Sister Abigail.
That's also
Rollins looks up quite nervously and pins him.
like as we discussed this, right? Okay, I like the idea of these two feuding, but we still need the payoff to Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, which I hope they revisit at
Should be
Mania.
WrestleMania.
You know what I mean?
Ladder match or something.
There needs to be a winner. Dean needs to go over.
Well, the thing is, like, yeah, but this being unresolved, it means it can do. So.
yeah, hopefully.
I also think that
The spot before
this feud needs to end up with Wyatt on top.
you do because
Yeah.
he's lost that much momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I think
I think if he doesn't win this, it'll kill him.
What they're gonna do is have it so back and forth. They are gonna try their best to get them both over. It can't be one sided. There's just no way.
Well, like the thing about another thing I really liked is that they used a hologram to they had the hologram and then Bray Wyatt, but they use modern technology.
Yeah,
This is quite,
why don't they do that? Start
Yeah.
using more modern
But
technology.
they
Yeah,
actually
that's a
invested
good point.
into this. They obviously put a bit of money into this.
Yeah.
That's a
But
very
this,
good
the
point.
spot, by the way, we forgot to mention the spot just before Bray interfered. Basically, Dean got the cinder blocks out, and that was a nice touch. Which and he was going to curb stomp him through the cinder box.
Another sick spot we forgot is apart from Seth Rollins doing the back suplex on the chairs, was also when remember when Dean Ambrose he set the table between the cell wall and the apron, and then he put Seth
Elbow
Rollins
drop.
on it, elbow drop
Elbow
through it.
drop
That
through
was
Yeah, it's
sick.
pretty sweet.
So a lot of the fact they
Original, very
forced.
original as
So all in all, Hell in a Cell was a pretty good pay per view. It was the
It's a 2-match show, and the 2 matches delivered.
yeah, and they were long enough for where so the rest of the pay per view. I like from the part we watched onwards, apart from the Divas match, I was pretty into it because each match had their own say. You know, Rusev was good, Mizdow was good, and then the other 2 matches were just great.
That's the thing with WWE and pay-per-view this year compared to last year and the year before. There's just there isn't as much filler anymore. Just crap
Yeah.
like squash matches and stuff, which they used to do on pay-per-view, which
Mhm,
just no
it's-
need to be on there.
Yeah, every match is I'm starting to look forward to the lower matches more and more now.
Yeah, which is what they need to do.
Yeah.
You can tell that's a Triple H call as well.
Yeah, for me,
Definitely.
I bet it's been the best pay per view. It's probably
SummerSlam.
I think it might be better than SummerSlam.
Yeah, so it's about Mania.
Yeah, probably Mania.
The shout.
Do we have straight after Mania?
Well, what about the what was it? Was it Extreme Rules straight after Mania? The triple threat, the 3-on-3 Falls Count Anywhere, and then the Last Man Standing match. That was a good pay-per-view.
Yeah, probably them two. They're the probably two best this year, I think.
Yeah, true.
I don't really count Mania because it's one of its own, isn't it?
Yeah. So that was Hell in a Cell.
So I think we should play some music for you now.
Overall, I thought that was. I give the show probably like a 7.
You remember them tunes, Louis?
Yeah. Probably like a 7.25 out of 10. I give the main event like 4 stars. That's right.
I give it 4.5 for in current climate product.
You know what was cool as well? Just to touch on it is the actual match only lasted probably like 10-15 minutes. Yeah.
But the whole thing was about 30.
Yeah. They do that a lot with their matches, and I think that's why they're definitely going to revisit it, because they still haven't had this full-blown 30-minute main event style match, which hopefully they end up having.
This is So, when Worlds Collide.
This was
so these two tunes are from SmackDown vs Raw 2007.
Should we play them back to back?
Yeah, I reckon we should. So both of these are on,
which was a great one of the
best games.
They had the GM mode on that.
Which year was that?
2007, lad.
I had done PSP. Used to play it all the time.
SmackDown vs Raw 2007. These two songs are very, very good. And they're both on load menus, so enjoy them.
Here we go then.
Powerman 5000.
Yes, let's do it.
So you know you've
advert. Fuck. Advert finished. Now we do it. Powerman 5000. When Old World Collides, and we're back after that to talk about Raw and the little mention of the main event. Anyway, here we go.